Welcome to another England Gambit, the worst defense in chess. Well, actually, it's almost the worst defense in chess. What we're going to see is that even where white plays poorly, black can still play poorly and end up with a poor position. And in this case, I played poorly. So we're going to see, by unpausing our engine, what it's like playing against somebody 22-36. That is a troublesome move for me. Moving the bishop first like that has certain advantages. That's also a troublesome move. That's very interesting the way this works. Because knight to d5 becomes a problem. So it's suggesting that I just play knight takes e5. So, and white will have a sound advantage. So the question is, what's better? Okay. It says, well, if he moves there, I should move g5. That's what the computer's actually recommending. So it says if I move g5, he has to retreat his bishop, and then I move bishop to g7. So that is an interesting learning idea. Stockfish said I should have moved d6. So now I'm not lost, but I'm at a terrible disadvantage. So let's see what happens if we just play knight takes e5. It was knight to d5, and then I move queen to d6 into a horrible pin. Knight to f3, f6, I'm protecting the pawn hideously, and I'm down a pawn, and something I'm just not comfortable with. So instead I go for this silly pin, which almost does the same thing, and he retreats his bishop, which gives me the opportunity to equalize by simply playing knight takes e5, which, once again, I didn't do, because I still don't like, certain aspects of the move knight to d5, and if you look into it, the fear may or may not be justified. So I simply double attack the pawn and give him the ability to go back to be one up, and now I'm going to try to set the record for being the person with the most queen moves in a row in the opening, like Nakamura or somebody. Stockfish says I should retreat my queen, and I move my queen to h5, which is a very precarious position for a queen. And he makes the right move. Says I should move my queen already, which I don't do. Now it says he gets a big advantage by playing either knight to b5 or knight to g5, and I'm lost. And so after knight to g5, I'm lost. I have to move queen to g6, and he moves f4 and knight to b5, and the game's over. So I'm already lost in this position. So how is it that I won this game? He castles. Okay. Move number 1. Move number 2. I should have moved bishop to d6, it said. It's a move I don't like doing. At least now I have the capability of moving bishop to b6 in certain circumstances, after, say, knight to d5. Once again, it says he should attack, and he is just concerned that I have some sort of play against the h-pawn. I do move d6, and now he makes a move that allows me back into the game. Now I have virtual equality. I'm threatening his h-pawn. All it took was one inaccuracy, one less than sharp move to go from a complete win to a complete even game. And he does move into the corner, as the computer suggests. My castle. I'm still not playing very accurately in this game. But that was a bad move. Bishop to d3 was should have been an automatic move. And it allows me to post a knight. That's an even game again. I still don't play bishop to a6 the way the computer wants. You retreat. It's hard to play a move like bishop to c1. And that's what it said is required here, bishop to c1. No doubt setting up f4, f5. So he retreats bishop to h2. Not as good a place. And I'm scared to death of f4, f5. And I move my queen. Now he makes the rather interesting move, allowing me to play f5, which I did. And now I'm beginning to gain the advantage in this game. It says he should be trying to trade off that bishop because of the dire shot that's coming on h3. And he didn't do that. Now the most accurate move here is to tie his queen up by moving bishop to d4, which I don't bother with. It says he has to move his king here or he's completely lost. He doesn't, and the game's over. And so a game with the England Gambit where I played rather poorly, where white had a clear win and almost shamefully bad on my part, turns out to be a crushing victory. So as you can see, the f-pawn is pinned, and there's a whole lot of things that are going to happen. The game is actually, the computer just found a main 13 here, so that's it for this England Gambit.